Hello and welcome to another episode of the CEOpeek. And today I have a great honor to welcome to the show Wilmer, the CEO of Mojo Networks. Hello, Rick.
Hello, Dave. Thanks for having me. So I'm Rick Wilmer. I'm the CEO of Mojo Networks. I've been in Silicon Valley for my entire life. I grew up in this area, went to public schools here, and then went to the University of California at Berkeley and got a degree in chemistry, and immediately was enamored with the startup culture and joined startups right out of college and worked mostly for startups through my entire career. Moving back and forth between engineering roles and operations roles. And then, progressed up the chain of command, became a manager, became a director, became a VP, and then eventually became a CEO. Mojo Networks, quite honestly, is the best startup I've ever been part of. I'm more excited about the opportunity that we've got here than I've ever been before with any other company I've been involved with. And it really comes down to a combination of the market opportunity and what we're doing from a technological perspective to disrupt the market. We've got a brilliant team of engineering people that are building a way for companies to deploy and implement Wi-Fi like something that's never been done before, in terms of making Wi-Fi massively scalable and extremely reliable and easy to troubleshoot, with the end goal of allowing people that work in a large institution, or attend a large institution, be it a school, a university, a large skyscraper in Manhattan. If you want those people to work exclusively on Wi-Fi, to never have to plug into a wall, you want that connection to be as reliable as a wired connection, and that's the goal we're striving for. There's so many different lessons that I've learned over the years, but one that I always come back to is you need to get people to want what you want. One of my favorite quotes, and I don't know who to attribute it to, is that good managers get people to do what they want. Good leaders get people to want what they want. And that is what brings out the best in people. That's where you can get a team to do more than they could do as a sum of their individual parts.
Can you share one or two strategies that you use in the company today and in the past to help them to align and find their why or adopt the company's why?
Number one, you declare what the why is. You define it, you articulate it, and then you sit all the people down in the company, you explain it, and you look them in the eye and ask for their commitment to that as their highest order commitment. It's actively shaping the culture of your company. What it means to me, it's the accepted ways we behave with one another and the unacceptable ways that aren't allowed in this company. It can be as simple as, is it okay at Mojo to show up 5 minutes late for a meeting? Is it okay to use the F word in a public setting? All the way through to all the different ways we behave at work, what's acceptable and what's not. Being able to define in the most articulate, specific way possible how you want people to behave when they're at work, what's acceptable and what's not. And then reinforcing that, explaining it, talking about it over and over again to drive a common culture is critical, in my opinion, to maximizing success. The 5 dysfunctions of a team.
All right, yeah.
That's one of my favorite books. It is a very, very profound part of how I manage people and how I manage teams. And trust is everything. If you don't have trust, you don't have the bottom layer of the pyramid, you're going nowhere. The other book that is important, which is an older book, is called Attila the Hun's Secrets to Leadership. And I learned how to run a company from an operational standpoint in such a compressed time frame under that new leadership team, and learned from that book how to really focus on what matters, how to drive results.
Rick, that was a fascinating interview, I must say. I learned so much from you, and I thank you so much for sharing with our audience your insights from long career in the Silicon Valley I appreciate your time, and thank you so much for being with us today.
It's an honor. I appreciate the opportunity to do it because, as we talked about in the beginning, Dave, for me now, it's about what you give, not what you get. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being with us today. We'll see you in the next episode.